Hey, hello and welcome to today's GFG problem of the day. Hope you're doing well. So let's see today's problem, minimum number of deletions and insertions. So what the problem is saying is we'll be given two strings, okay? And what we want to do is we want to transform the string 1 into string 2 by doing some operations. Now what those operations can be, they can be either will have to delete some characters, right? Delete some characters from string 1 or insert some characters into string 1 basically. Okay. So in this example, let's see. So how can we transfer? What are the number of operations which will require in order to make string 1 to string 2? Okay, so let's see. So here, for example, if we delete these two characters, right? So what are the number of operations here? It will take 2, right? So what will be the remaining string? EA. Okay, and if we add one character right at the beginning, which is p basically, so another operation, right? So in three operations, you can see we can transform this string 1 into string 2. Okay, so this is the ask. We want to return the minimum number of operations which can take in order to transform string 1 to string 2. Okay, now how can we solve this problem? Okay, how can we solve this problem? So we'll solve this problem in three steps. First of all, length of the longest common sequence we need to find out. Okay, the length of the longest common sequence we need to find out. Okay, length of basically LCS, let's say LCS, longest common subsequence we want to find out. Now we'll see what is longest common subsequence. Second is remove characters from str1, from string 1, which are not part of string 2. Okay, which are not part of string 2. Okay, str2. Okay, third step is add the number of characters, add characters in string 1. Okay, in string 1 which are absent, which are part of string 2. Okay, which are part of string 2 but are absent in string 1. Okay, but are absent in string 1. Okay, so first of all, let's see what is LCS, right? What is LCS? So what we want to do is we want to find the number of the maximum length of the characters matching in the order. For example, here, for example, in this example, you can see, right? So EA. So these are the two characters which are matching. This we can say the longest common characters which are matching here. Okay. Now this subsequence, longest common subsequence, it can be like the condition is the characters need to be in order but not necessarily contiguous. For example, right? For example, if it is A, B, C, D, right? And A, Z, C, D. Okay, so still we can say the characters are matching here. So yeah, so here we can say the longest common subsequence which is matching is ACD. Okay, so here you can see A and C, they are not contiguous, right? So this is what we say. This is what we say, that longest common subsequence. Okay. Now, okay, so first step is to find the longest common subsequence. So here in this case, in this example, what is the longest common subsequence? It is the length is 2, right? EA. Okay. Now what we're going to do here, right? Remove the characters from string 1. The second step is remove the characters from string 1 which are not part of string 2, so here, which are the two characters which are not part of longest common subsequence? So the two characters are H and P. Even if P is there, but right, even if P is there, but it is not in the order. Okay, here P is coming after EA and here P is coming before EA. Okay, so what we are going to do, what we're going to do, for example, we want to remove the characters, right? So what we're going to do, the string length, what is the string length here? Its string length is 4, right? And the longest common subsequence is 2. Okay, so the two characters, so these two characters, right, H and P, they are not part of string 2. They are not part of string 2. So we are going to consider this 2 as a number of operations. Okay, these two characters. Okay, now the third step is add characters in string 1 which are part of string 2. So what we are going to do now, so for example, how we'll identify this? So what is the length of the this particular string? It is 3, right? And what is the length of the longest common subsequence? It is 2. So what we're going to do? 3 minus 2. So 1. Okay, right? So we can say this one character. So total size of the string 2 is 3 and the number of characters which are matching is 2. Okay. So one character which is missing, right? Which we want to add in this particular string. Okay, which is P. Okay. So 2 plus 1 will give us 3. So this is intuition behind solving the problem. I hope you have got the intuition. I think you'll understand better when we code. Before going to the code, I'll also request you to subscribe to my channel, like the video. Thank you so much. Let's quickly code. So first I'll show you the Java code followed by C++. So first step, let's calculate the LCS, right? So let's take the lengths first of both the strings. Let's create a function str2 m. Right. Now, how we are going to solve this problem? LCS length. Now, what we are going to do is, for example, let's say we have a string A, B, C, D, right? And we have another string A, B, C, D, E. Okay. So what we are going to do is we are going to start. For example, yeah, let's take this example. So this is string one and string two. Okay, this is string one, string two. We are going to start with the last characters. We are going to start with the last characters matching. Okay. So we are going to check whether this character and this character, if it is same. If it is same, we are going to increment the length of the longest common subsequence by one. Okay, one. Otherwise, if the characters are not same, then what we are going to do is we will have two choices. We'll have two choices. The one choice will be to, from the string to, exclude this E character and take the remaining part of the string. Okay, so we'll take these two strings and we'll pass into the recursion. Basically, we pass into the function. Okay, to match whether the strings are, whether the characters are matching. Okay, one will be this choice. Another choice will be to exclude this D. Okay, to exclude this D and take the remaining string and pass the second string as is. Okay, so we have two choices. I've already told you. So one choice is A, B, C, D, and another choice is another. So one choice here is A, B, C, D and A, B, C, D. So which we are excluding E in one choice, right? The second choice is what? To exclude this D, to exclude this. So A, B, C and A, B, C, D, E. Okay. So here you can see, right? So when we have in this first choice, when we have excluded E, right? So here we'll get all the characters which will match. But in this case, in the second choice, right? In the second choice, we won't land anywhere. Hardly there will be any characters, or maybe we won't get the longest common. We won't get the longest length basically. So if you see here C and E, they don't match. Again, we'll have two choices here. So this is the we are going to solve the problem. For example, now, in this choice one, now we'll compare the characters again, right? D and D. So what we are going to do in this case, when the characters match, we are going to decrement both the pointers. Okay, we are going to exclude and we are going to increment the length one with one and decrement both the pointers. Okay, for example, this is N and this is M. So whenever the characters match, we will decrement the pointers of both the strings basically. And when the characters don't match, then we'll have two choices as I've told. Okay, so this is the intuition. I think you'll understand when we code. Okay, so for example, let's say this is LCS, right? So what are you going to do? Let's implement the function string str1 int n string str2 int m. Okay. Now what are you going to do? So first of all, let's say the characters match. Okay, str1 dot char at okay n minus 1 equal to str2 dot char at m minus 1. Okay, m minus 1. Okay, if the characters match, as I told you, we'll increment the longest common by 1 and we'll call the recursion wherein we will decrement the pointers of both the strings. Okay, n minus 1 str2 m minus 1. We are decrementing the pointers of both the strings, right? Okay, so this was when the characters match, right? Otherwise, what we're going to do, we are going to take the max basically. We'll have two choices. Okay, out of these two choices, we are going to take the max out of the two choices. Okay, so LCS1, str1. So in one choice, we are going to decrement the pointer of string 1. Okay, and in another choice, we are going to decrement the pointer of string 2, right? If you see m minus 1. So these are the two choices. Okay. Now this was the LCS. Okay, this was the LCS, the first step. Okay, along with this, we'll also have to implement the memoization because it's a DP approach only. Okay, because there can be overlapping sub problems, and hence we have to compute the values and store it. Okay, so that we can reuse. So let's have the DP array as well. DP equal to new int n plus 1 m plus 1. Also let's initialize this with minus 1. Okay. So first we'll see the Java code followed by C++. Arrays.fill row with -1. So we have initialized the DP array with -1. Okay. Now we'll pass this DP to the LCS function. Here, what we're going to do? Int DP. Okay. Also, let's have the base conditions. If either of n is less than equal to 0 or m is less than equal to 0, then simply we are going to return the length as 0. Okay. And here what we're going to check, first of all, let's store the computed value, right, into this nnm dp array. Okay. So that we can reuse the next time if same nnm like occurs. Okay. So here it is. We have computed, and if it is computed, for example, for a certain n and m, if we had found some value, right, which is not -1, then that means this problem had already occurred and we have to return the result for this. So this is the DP approach, the recursion memoization approach. Okay, so step 1 is done. The step 2 is simple. So once we have found, what we're going to do, for example, return str1.length, right, minus what? LCS length. I've already explained this, right? So the second step, remove the number of characters from string 2, which are not part of string, from string 2, right? So remove the number of characters. So this 4 minus 2, it will give us 2, right? So these are the two, these are the operation basically. These are the operations. Okay. Okay. The second is we need to add the third step basically. The third step is we need to add the characters basically, right? Which are missing in string 1 and which are part of string 2. Okay. So LCS length. Okay, so that's what we have done here, right? So first we did length minus the the longest common the length of the longest common subsequence, right? This will give us the characters, the characters which we want to remove from string 1, that is 2. And then this particular we saw, right? The length of the string 2 minus the common character, which gives 1, okay, which we need to add into the string 1. Okay, so this is it. This is the solution. Okay, let's compile it. Let's say maybe we'll get some compilation errors. Yeah, that is expected. So we need to pass DP here as well. Then we need to pass DP here and here. Okay. So let's compile it. Again. Okay, now what is the variable LCS len? What? Okay. So some typo. Let's compile it. Okay, LCS N and M. Oh, we need to. Okay, silly mistakes again. N-1 will pass, right? The first time. That is the last characters, right? And we want this will be N and M only. Okay, that is starting from last characters. Okay, let's compile again. I hope there shouldn't be any errors now. Okay, let's submit it. Test keys are being processed. Yes, I hope you have got the solution. Please subscribe to my channel, like the video. Okay, let's quickly see the C++ code as well. So like you, at least you have got the intuition now, right? So we're taking the lengths of both the strings. We are having this DP array. Okay, the DP basically matrix. We are initializing with -1. We are calling this LCS. Here we are checking if the characters are matching. Then increment the length by 1 and call the function again with decrementing both the pointers, right? Decrementing both the pointers. And the second is take the maximum out of the two choices. One choice, reduce the pointer of this first string, and another choice, reduce the pointer of the second string. Okay, and we are using memoization here. Okay, so once done, simply the string length, the operations, basically in order to calculate the operations. I hope you have got the solution. Please subscribe to my channel, like the video. Have a happy, healthy, and a great day. Thank you so much.